What's going on, guys? Jay from MedSchoolInsiders.com. In this video, we're going to go over the most useful apps on the iPad and iPhone for med students. Quick note about tablet devices. You do not necessarily need one for med school, however, they are very helpful, especially during your third and fourth year, which is when you're actually in the hospital and being evaluated by residents and attendings. Their opinion of you is obviously very important. Now, for some reason, if they see you on your phone, they assume that you're texting or up to no good, which is silly because you can be looking up information, studying flashcards, etc. on your phone. When you're on your iPad or similar tablet device, they assume that you are studying, looking something up, reading a book, etc. Which again, I know it's silly because you can be on Facebook or YouTube or whatever on your iPad. Again, not necessary, but something you should definitely keep in mind. So anyways, let's get to it. Let's first go over the apps that were most useful on the iPad. So real quickly, to give you guys a brief overview, I used reminders for keeping track of assignments and due dates, notes for when I needed to jot down a quick idea. Evernote is what I used when I was taking notes in class. This was my primary app that had all my notes, all my lab assignments, things like that. So one of the great things about Evernote is any attachment you place in your note. So for example, we have a PDF attached to Lab 29. Evernote will actually search within that document and display those results. So that's a very powerful feature. You all know that I am a huge fan of Anki. So as you can see, I have more than 2,000 cards due. Do as I say, not as I do. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you know that I recently matched, so I have much less incentive these days to be keeping up on my Anki. All med students need to know their anatomy, and my favorite anatomy app is called Essential Anatomy 5. What you can do is add muscles, arteries, veins, etc. And this is all 3D. You can get a very good idea of how different structures are related to each other spatially. And you can select an item. So for example, here we have the triceps lateral head. We can press I, get more information, origin, insertion, action, things like that. We can even fade everything else, so it really just stands out. Insight Timer, this is my favorite app for guided meditations. I will be releasing a future video on why you should all be meditating. Now, in terms of note-taking, a lot of my friends actually like either Notability or NoteShelf. Notability is the more popular of the two. You can either draw directly on a blank canvas like I did here. These are actually embryology notes. Or you can also annotate on a PDF. So you import the PDF into Notability and you can actually write on it. The other app I liked was NoteShelf. So again, if you have a stylus and this works for you, you can take notes. I have not tried the new iPad Pro, but I know that that stylus and that system is going to be a lot better, a lot more detailed than this. Another app that is really neat is called Duet. It actually turns your iPad into an external monitor. So if you plug in your iPad to your computer, and now my iPad is essentially an extra monitor. And this is really useful when you're taking notes and when you want to have, notes on one screen and then your PowerPoint or other materials on the other screen. So on the iPhone, it is more of the same. Again, I have reminders, notes, Evernote, Anki, etc. The one app I really wanted to show you guys is called Scannable. So again, I stopped taking notes on Notability and NoteShelf because I found that using a stylus like this, again, this is not the iPad Pro, this is a regular iPad, and using a stylus like this was a little bit too clunky for me. So what I would do is I would actually take notes in my small notebook. So then I would use this app to essentially scan my notes. So then I could actually take this and save it straight to my Evernote. And if I had written down anything here, Evernote would use its OCR technology to identify those words. And when I searched for those items, they would actually show up on the scanned image, which is pretty incredible. Thank you all so much for watching. That is it for this video. If you liked the video, make sure you press that like button. New videos every week, so hit subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in that next one.